Hey everybody, hope you guys doing well. So let's get into this bone review. We're going to look at the ulna first. Ulna is going to be this bone here. We're looking at a right arm. So let's get started. So let's get our bearings here. So we know that this larger part here is going to be proximal, and this smaller part here is going to be our distal area on the ulna. Now let's get down to the landmark identifications. I'll write out the numbers for you guys, and you can get out a piece of paper, get out a pen, and try to write what you know. So number one will go right here. Number 2, this purple region. Number 3, this is yellowish region here. Number 4, it's going to be that green region, that light green region. Number 5 is going to be this region right here. Next, we're going to go down to the distal end. We get a closer view right there. And then we got 6, number 7. So I encourage you to go ahead and try to know these landmarks in memory. I'll put it in a good zone for you to see all right here. Give it a shot. Be confident in yourself. Let me orient it properly and give you a few seconds. Awesome. You able to see that? All right. So just pause it here. Be confident in yourself and give it a shot. And then when you come back, I'll go through the answers with you. Good. So after having paused it, let's get to these answers. Let's see how well you did. Now, number 1 is going to be our Coronoid process. So 1 is going to be Coronoid process. Number 2, that's going to be our trochlear notch or semi-lunar notch, whichever one you're more comfortable with. But I'm most comfortable with trochlear, so that's one I'm going to write. Spelling is important, so always take note of spelling. Number 3 is going to be the yellow region. Sorry, going to be the yellow region, and that's going to be our radial notch. Now notice this is the radial notch because that's where the radius is going to articulate with our ulna. Radial notch. Number four is going to be, let me just move it around here so you can see a little bit better. Number 4 is going to be that greenish region. And that greenish region is going to be our coronoid process. So coronoid process. And number 5 which is right over here. We're looking at that dark green sliver right there. That's going to be our ulnar tuberosity. That's going to be our ulnar tuberosity. And we have our last two down here. Number 6, that's going to be radial head. Sorry, the ulnar head. And we got ulnar head. Number 7, that's going to be the styloid process of the ulna. So you want to always be specific about the bone, because a few bones in the body have styloid processes. So you always have to be specific which bone you're talking about. So there we go. So that's our 7 landmarks on the ulna. We have number 1 is going to be a Coronoid process. Number 2, our trochlear notch. Number 3, the radial notch. I'll give you a better perspective here. Number 3, the radial notch. Number 4 is going to be our coronoid process. Number 5, ulnar tuberosity. Number 6, we have the ulnar head. And number 7, we have our styloid process of the ulna. Okay, so knowing all our landmarks, we can use them to help us find whether this is a left or right ulna. Now, what I like to use is the trochlear notch on the proximal part of the ulna, as well as the radial notch here. Because I know my radial notch has to be on the lateral side of my ulna. So if we can imagine here, we know that our ulna is going to be the pinky side of our forearm, and our radius, I'll just draw an imaginary radius here. Our radius is going to be on the lateral side, and this is going to be medial side. So now, in order for this ulna to be on the medial side with the radial notch pointing laterally like that, it has to be a left arm. And let me show you guys that. Once I exit, we're able to see it right here. So we identify where our radial notch was on our proximal side, as well as we use the trochlear notch, which is hidden under here, to show us anterior and posterior, and we're able to identify right and left.